performing, please just be respectful. Jacob, don't heckle. A little bit of heckling. Yeah, I'm here today to introduce Phil to you. You all know him. He's been doing comedy for a little bit of time now. But this will be the first and hopefully not the last lunch and laugh. What we'll do is give him a bit of time to do a couple of jokes, and then there'll be a little bit of Q&A afterwards, and then we'll also throw it to anyone else. They also have some questions. Does that sound good? Yeah. Cool. Well, if you would like to join me in welcoming our very own Phillip Reiss.
You see this? This is what I'm used to using. So this is the microphone for today. So if I drop it, if you don't hear me at the back, just pretend to laugh anyway. A couple of disclaimers. Number one, whatever I say is my view, my opinion, not Lego, so no complaints. HR have seen me live as well, and they haven't said I can't do any of those jokes, so it should be good. So sit back, enjoy your pizza, eat fast, so then you can clap lots when you really find something funny. If you don't, there's no money back. Sorry. So as we said, we'll do about 15 or so minutes, maybe, depending on how much you're enjoying it. If I get dead silence, then I'm off that way, okay? And please, including Jacob, no heckles. Because I do have permission to answer back. I don't have to be polite even though we're in work, okay?
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted. Thank you, Nelson. Right. Okay. Are we all ready for at least one laugh?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Let's try it. Opening line then. So, I was 34 when my dad finally moved out. Right. My job here is done. However, it didn't take me too long to find a new housemate. These days, she does prefer to be called Mrs. Reiss. It's a true story. She doesn't like me telling that bit, funnily enough. So I'll tell you a little bit of stories about some of the stories you're going to hear, or some of the jokes you might have heard, you might have seen me talk about, because some of them have happened years ago, some of them are a little bit newer. Let's talk about some of the pre-Slough, pre-Lego. So, my dad. I lived with my dad quite a long time, right? 34 is a long time. But during the earlier years, some of you will definitely know this, I managed to get myself run over 3 times. Yeah. 3 times. Impressive, right? I'm still here. I'm not sure how that happened. But one thing my dad used to do, right, before I got run over, is he would be at home, and before he left the house, he'd get his can of hairspray, keep his hair in place. And that, for some reason, he kept in the kitchen, right, next to all of our cleaning products. So, on more than one occasion, he would spray his head with French polish. Don't know why, but the reason that's important is because the first time I got run over, right, the first time I did not cross the road like you're supposed to, I was with my brother. We were like halfway across the road, and he said, "Don't cross until I tell you to cross." I was like, okay, that's sensible advice. I was 6, so did I listen? No, I did not. I walked straight in front of the car. Now, luckily, it was a fireman that was driving, but he wasn't in a fire engine, he was just in his normal car. So I survived, obviously, I'm here to tell the tale. But my brother, in his panic, because we were just down the road from the house, ran home, ran upstairs to the bathroom. "Dad." "Yeah." "You know Phil?" "Yeah." "He's been run over." I was like, "What?" "He's not dead." And I then spent 6 weeks in hospital with my leg in traction because the brake on my leg was quite high up, because obviously 6-year-old in a car bumper, not a good combination, right? So I had my leg in traction, laying there, like probably getting to about week 5, week 6, so nearly ready to get out of hospital. And my lovely brother, that helped me cross the road so well, decided he would come in and take the weight of the traction. Right? So my leg's up like that. Traction, weight at the end of the bed to keep it in place. He lifted the weight, just took a bit of the pressure away, and then let go. And I was down the bed like that. And if you've watched carefully as I walk down the office, which I do obviously more than once a day, right? Normally for productive reasons. My left foot points out a little bit to the left, and that's completely his fault because he made me fly down my bed at 100 miles an hour. It's just it's still Nelson, it's not going to move. It's checking. But less about leg break stories. But my dad, no, not less, I didn't finish the story, did I? So my dad came running down from the bathroom in his underwear, running down the road. But did he forget to spray his French polish? No, he did not. He did smell a bit like the Antiques Roadshow, which was weird. But yeah. So let's bring it back to modern day, because that was like 30-something years ago. So my wife and I, we like to go shopping. As you can tell, there's some strange jacket choices in my wardrobe. We went to Tesco's just last week. Now, on one of the loaves of bread in there, they had a serving suggestion, which is helpful. Do you want to know what that serving suggestion was for a loaf of bread? A sandwich. Helpful, right? What would you do without that helpful piece of advice from Mr. Warburton? Really helpful. But after we did our Tesco shop and we got a serving suggestion and made ourselves a sandwich, we went to Vista. Anyone like Vista? A bit of posh spending? So, I know Steve likes it. He's a big Vista fan. We went to Vista, and my wife's got this technique, this little formula that she's thought of that is her way to try and convince me to spend as much money as she can on handbags, shoes, jackets, anything she can that's expensive. And her little technique is called the price per wear. This sounds good. So I've tried to use this formula, and I think I've got a pair of socks that are that old, they probably owe me about £400. Don't worry, Nelson, I'm not wearing them, you don't need to check. Not on today. Okay, one more. Two more stories about my wonderful wife, who I love dearly, of course. Round the corner, we've got the fire station. You seen it? Do you know where it is?
Yeah.
Now, every year, they do an annual car wash event.
Yes, they do.
Some people know a little bit more about that than others, don't they? It's in the summer, don't rush off now and go and check. Right, okay. But my wife was like, you should go and join in and do the charity with them. Can you imagine? I'm 10, 12 firemen, and then there's me. But like I said, she's lovely. She's really nice. She also told me off a couple of weeks ago. We were driving, and I'm not sure about you guys. There are some people here with bikes, I know. Cyclists. Okay. If I'm driving, they need to be on the pavement. If I'm walking, they need to be on the road. Right? I call it a bit hypocritical, but that's just how it is. But we were driving down the road, and there was a cyclist. Right? You know, the full-on lycra, the helmet, the racer bike, the wheels that are like paper thin. And I was apparently too close to the cyclist. I didn't hit him. But my wife said, if I can touch him on the bum, then you're driving too close. So what we've learned about my wife today is she likes firemen, she likes other men on motorcycles and bikes, and she likes lycra. Luckily for you, I'm not going to... No. Let's not. Let's stop for a drink, shall we? Two more stories about my wonderful wife. I said two more earlier, but these two are not even jokes, they're true stories. We went to Spain for a wedding this year, and she woke up for a little afternoon siesta. You know, we all like a siesta, we all like an afternoon nap. And she woke up and she got one of those big bags of crisps. You know, the ones that everyone gets abroad, right? The ones we can only get in Costco. The normal crisps, right? Yeah, not the multi-pack, like 2 crisps that we get. Well, she sat and ate that entire bag of crisps. Did not offer me a single crisp. And then she looked at me dead in the eye. She said, that was the best 15 minutes of my life. Anyone know any good divorce lawyers? I could do with one. She's really nice to our friends. She bought a friend of ours an electric toothbrush. And our friend has not stopped using this brush. Right, it's been a good few weeks now. hasn't figured out how you put the little head on a brush. My wife's lovely, her friend's not so smart, but she's been using that brush every single day and has not stopped smiling. That one takes a little while. Just push a parrot apart and it gets quicker. Anyway, did say work appropriate, didn't I? Talking of work then, one question for you all. Do you see those posts on social media or in emails, and at the end, blah blah blah, Tia? Who's Tia? Every email I see, Tia. Always asking for help, always asking for advice, never says thank you. Let's go away from the wife stories, away from work stories. Celebrities. I've been told I look like a few different celebrities. Now this does depend on your age, your taste, and your vision, I suppose. The one that I get quite often is coming up to Christmas, so let's have one Christmas video joke. After Christmas. You see the cartoon? Wow. Okay. If you like your football, England manager Gareth Southgate. If I'd worn the blue jacket, you'd have gone, definitely. According to TikTok yesterday, Daniel Craig. Nelson. Everyone else laughed and you snorted. In disapproval that I could look like Daniel Craig. But there is one I get a lot more often, especially since last summer. The new king, good King Charlie. Well, here's at least 3 reasons why. Number 1, I've got ears, right, just like the king. I've got the nose, just like the king. I hate so many people not to go, yeah. I've got the hairline like his eldest son. Or only son, depending on what newspaper you read. It's not my view, that's it. But if you still can't see it, let me try this. Coin. Stamp. Everyone nods and agrees. Okay, so that's a look. I like to do my research. The name Philip. Now, I learnt this actually from someone in work, so I'm hoping it's true and they didn't just lie. Philip, in Arabic, means elephant. Yeah. Elephant. In Greek or Latin, it means lover of horses. Yeah, not sexually. Yeah. In English, it means family disappointment. You know how I know that? Because my family tell me very often. But you'll agree with the main reason. Dan agreed anyway. So the main reason for that is because once my dad did finally decide to move out, I moved to Slough. Yeah. Now we can't all be too horrible about Slough because we're here, right? And we're getting paid to be in Slough. I made that choice myself. Why would you do that? So yeah, they're a little bit disappointed, but yeah, they get over it. It's fine. Don't like to you guys it's fine, admitting that you live in Slough. But to anyone else, it's a bit like saying you drive a Skoda. It's not as bad It's fine. The reason it's okay for you to drive a Skoda now is the same reason it's okay to live in Slough. It's not as bad as it used to be, but its reputation is always going to be a bit shit. Let's be fair. Do you know why they have rear heated windows on the Skodas? To keep your hands warm when you're pushing it down the road. That, by the way, is the only stolen joke I'll be using. The rest are all my own. That's not my joke. Okay, what have we got left? Okay, a few facts about Slough.
Slough.
Slough, as the sat-nav will say.
No. QTT line. Slough.
I'm talking in the back. Did any of you know that Slough was the first place in the UK to get a zebra crossing?
Oh.
That is a true fact. Not a joke.
Worked for you.
Well, I wasn't in Slough at the time of getting run over. I'd have been alright if I was in Slough. But no one ever stops him. The police don't stop. The cyclists definitely don't stop, which makes it really hard for my wife to reach them. Right, let's do a bit of cultural joke, shall we? Not racist, not offensive. Factual information. I'll bring you facts as well as jokes, right? So Slough is twinned with Riga. Do you know what twin towns are? Like a town or a city somewhere in the UK that's twinned with somewhere else. So Slough is twinned with Riga. Okay, this is what the research tells me. I'm not making these up. Coventry with Kingston in Jamaica. Don't ask me why they're twinned, okay? I don't know. Birmingham with Milan. For those that like to drive down the M4, Bristol is twinned with Porto. Could be the sunshine, could be the accent. Not sure why they're twinned. But there's one just down the road. John's not in the room, is he? Probably say this. Denham. Denham is twinned with Denham. Denham Shark Bay in Australia. Yeah. And I know how that place got its name. Because a few years ago, a little film director went on holiday to Australia. He went to Perth, got a little paddleboard, sea does. Uh-oh, in the water. There's a fin coming towards him. Denham. That's the bar of my comedy, I'm sorry. One more holiday tale of fun for you, and then I think Lewis and I will do a little bit of Q&A, and you can ask him random questions once Lewis has given you a bit of insight into the crazy things that happen in my brain. Amsterdam. Anyone been?
Yes.
Yeah, Colstrom, Nelson's hand went straight up.
I have family there.
Okay. So for those that have been, you two have a conversation after. Try to entertain the rest of the room. Stop it. So, for those that have not been, you probably should. It's a nice place to go. It's a nice little city. Lots of cycles there, like cyclists everywhere. So it's a bit of a nightmare for me. But
I'll tell you why.
no, she loves it. She goes every year, and now I know why. But in Amsterdam, you walk around the streets. There's a shop called the Condomeria. Have any of you seen the Condomeria? Okay. There's nearly always one in every room I ask that question to. I'm surprised Nelson said no as well. See, there's always one. Just too shy because no one else said yes. So the Condomeria is a small little shop that sells nothing but condoms. Different shapes, different sizes. They do character condoms. Luckily, not minifigures. Not yet. But I'm going to leave you this final question. Because there's one in there that caught my eye. No, it didn't catch my eye. It sounds weird, doesn't it? Stood out? No, that's worse. That's definitely worse. Okay, the condom that was most interesting was a vegan condom. Now I walked away from that shop with one question. I'm going to leave you with the same question, and then we'll turn off the microphone and just, think about my life choices. Can a vegan condom ever be 100% meat free?